Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, and welcome to another week live. I come here live on YouTube on Mondays, and I share on different topics. And today I'm going to be sharing on burnout and 3 tips to avoid burnout. And the reason why is because I just had a session with a client, and this was her chief complaint that her business was expanding, and she observed the conflict within herself of wanting to expand her business but feeling burnt out. And I'm sure many of you have felt burnt out before. I know I have for sure. I actually was experiencing some burnout right before the quarantine happened. So the quarantine happened, and it was a perfect way to really allow myself to take that space. And today I want to talk to you about 3 things that really, when I practice them religiously, I do not experience burnout. So the first one is very obvious, but you'd be surprised because most people don't take real time off. So I would have days that I would be off, but oftentimes I would be at home and I might be thinking about things, and my brain would still be going on my business or my work or the things I had to do. And I wasn't officially giving myself a day off. So I figured out a hack for this. One of the hacks for this is that to take time off, you actually go and you have an adventure day. You actually do something that takes up your mind power so that you can't think about work. So what you can do, for example, is to go and spend time with a friend, or you go and have an experience somewhere, or you're out in places. So for example, Sunday I had an adventure day where I woke up and I watched a romantic comedy, and then it was a super lazy morning in bed. I love Sundays like that. And then I went to this bookstore that one of my friends recommended to me. And then from the bookstore, I kind of started walking down the street, and then I found this other shop, and then I found a crystal shop, and I was so occupied with where I was. And then I had a beautiful lunch. And then while I was out, a friend invited me over for dinner. So while I was socializing and being out in public, there was no way for me to continue on with work. And because even if we're not physically working, if I'm not physically working, seeing clients, same thing if my client is not physically at her office, but she's thinking about her projects at work, this creates burnout because the mind is not shutting off, and we actually burn a lot of energy through our thoughts and our mind of overthinking. So that's one thing connected to it. So first tip, take real time off and occupy yourself, including your mind space, with something else that doesn't give any room for your work. And I recommend this at least 2 days a week, if not more, in the sense that after a certain time of the day, you sign off and you are not available to answer any more questions, because the truth is we're always going to have a to-do list that's going to grow and grow and grow. So we need to have boundaries around when we do work. The second thing is meditation. So it seems really obvious, but meditation is not time off. Meditation is its own thing. It's a daily practice, just like you brush your teeth, right? You brush your teeth to prevent cavities. You would meditate to prevent burnout. Meditation is an excellent tool for problem solving and increasing your capacity to hold more things. Use your intuition. You can actually bend time, so you create more time in your day when you take the time to meditate. And I share that because one of the biggest excuses is people say, I don't have time. I don't have time to meditate. So the truth is, just meditate and you will find more time in your day. And if you don't believe me, you can try it. There are many ways to meditate, but it's like your brain starts to change and it actually grows in size when you meditate. So you can hold more. It gives you greater capacity to be and do more in your life. So definitely start a meditation practice. And of course, I have meditation programs coming up, and I have a guided meditation album. So if that's something that's of interest to you, you can definitely connect with me for more information about that. And the last tip is self-care. So self-care is also different from meditating and time off. So is meditation a form of self-care? Technically, yes, but that's one aspect of self-care that not everyone does. So what I mean by self-care is that you are taking time to be supported in some way or do things that nourish you. That could be the form of like a salt bath, going to get a massage. Today I went and got acupuncture before I saw clients. And when I tell you, seeing my clients and even responding to my assistants and having meetings with my team happened in such a relaxed way because I did the self-care first. So I really invite you to do as much self-care as possible. And the way you know it's self-care is because you feel nourished, you feel loved, you feel softer, you feel like almost like you got some fuel in the tank. That's how self-care should feel. And there's infinite things you can do for self-care because we're all different. So do the self-care that works for you. And like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. So you know what's the thing that makes you feel relaxed and soft and alive and vibrant. And those are the things you want to do for your self-care. Why? Because it decreases stress. So burnout happens from excess stress. So we want to minimize the amount of stress the body's holding. And we also want to learn to expand our capacity with our mind and be able to decide like what our mind is focusing on. So as a recap, the top 3 tips for your self-care to avoid burnout is actual self-care. And we talked about all the different ways that you can do that, from baths to massages. 2 is to, I'm blanking what they were. Oh, meditation, duh. And very empowering tool for every aspect of your life, but really prevents burnout. And lastly is real time off, doing other things that occupy your brain space. And time off doesn't mean like sitting at home, not working, but still thinking about your job. No, it's like going on an adventure, going on a trip, getting away, unplugging your phone, really taking time off. So I send you all so much love. I hope this helps. I trust it did. This has been really serving for me as I've like really up-leveled my business to the next level in these months. And may you take it with you. Share your comments, subscribe to the channel. I'm Dr. Nikki Starr, aka Dr. Love, and this is another tip to support you in living your ultimate life. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.